Behind me, I have the Inspired Overland rooftop tent. I've owned it for about 1 year. If you don't know, it's one of the cheapest rooftop tents you can get on the market right now. We're gonna see how it held up over 1 year, some of my likes and dislikes, so let's get into it. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name's Caleb. I do off-roading, overland type content and gear review. If that sounds interesting to you, check out some of my other content, but let's get into it. Just a quick overview, if you don't know what Inspired Overland tent is, they have a regular version and then they have an XL version, and they recently come out with a carbon fiber version. So both their regular and XL versions are soft shell tents. They're clamshell, which means they just open up like that, as you can see. And they're about, with shipping, about $1,300. The price fluctuates with certain deals, and as they come out with new products, it drops a little bit. So compared to like your iCamper and your Colorado 4x4 tents that are like $4 grand, it's definitely a lot cheaper, but they make some sacrifices. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit more too. So we have the regular size tent version. We don't have the XL. It's too small for me. I'm 6'2". My wife is under 5'10", and she fits all right in it. So I'd say if you're under 5'10", it'll fit you pretty good. If you're 5'4", that'd be perfect. But if you're over 6 foot or 5'10", I'd say I'd get the bigger version. It's a little bit more money, but it's worth it. You'll fit way better in there. If you look at our previous tent review, I have it where in heavy rain, it leaks right here. It is what it is. When you're too tall and it's rubbing up against it, this canvas will just leak right through. So it's just one of those things. You get a cheaper tent, it's gonna have some things you gotta deal with. So it's a fourth of the price of other tents. So something that we deal with. So the interior comes with this little overhang pouch right here. It works really, really well. It has 3 little pockets here. It also comes with one attached here. It does the bungee cords. I don't have mine on because it is literally useless. You put anything weight in it and it just sags like pretty much to the ground. People put Velcro up there. I didn't want to deal with it. I don't really need the room that much, but it's worthless. So if you think there's a lot of storage in here, think again, because there's not. There's really just these 3 pockets, unless like you want to figure out something on how to put more pockets up here. I just didn't want to risk the chance of it leaking any going through. So the interior storage, pretty garbage, but if you're not going to have a whole lot up here, it doesn't matter too much for us. The last thing for the interior is it comes with an 1.5-inch mattress. It's fine. It's not super comfy, but it's good for camping. And then I've heard that you can put up to a 3-inch one in here, and it definitely does have room. Just know if you do that, you can't throw the ladder, you know, once you collapse this, you can't throw the ladder and the poles in here. There's not gonna be enough room, or else it's gonna bulge out a whole lot and maybe tear up your canvas on the inside too. So yeah, just be careful with that. But you can get a thicker mattress, which is super, super nice. So you can make it pretty comfortable. For the canvas material that they use, it's pretty durable. We went through the Ozarks just last summer, so right when we first got it, and we were scraping on branches a whole lot during it, and it never got one through scratch, so it's held up well for that. It does hold dirt in a whole lot. We still haven't gotten all the dirt out just from the Ozarks and all the mud with that red clay, but as far as it holding up well to sunlight throughout the summer, snow up here in Idaho now, all throughout this winter, it held up great to snow, never let any water in. We camped out in snow and rain, and it's held up great as far as that's concerned, and never had any hole punctures or anything like that. So I'd say for $1,000, like that's a win for me in my book. One thing on the exterior, these poles, they just hook in right here and here. They're useless. You can see how much it sags from the front right here and the side. There's places, well, I've seen people like cut an inseam right here, put a thicker rod in there. That way it actually holds it up. But these just cave in. They're just not well designed. So if you're looking for something with a nice overhang, no, this is not it. So you can fix it. We usually just roll it all the way up. And then when we go to sleep, we put it all the way down, especially when it's cold. So not a deal breaker for us, but it's super annoying sometimes, especially when the weather's super nice. So the ladder's nice. It folds up. It has a nice little pouch that it hooks into, and you can throw it up in the rooftop tent. But what's super nice, if you don't know, it can clip in from this side it can clip in from this back side, and then it can clip in from the other side too. So no matter where you're at, if you're kind of in a funky place where you got to camp, you can hook it in from 3 different sides. So one of them should be able to do you fine. I've used it from either side, never used it from the back just because I've never needed to. This is a regular maintenance item that Inspired Overland even knows about, but the zipper, it gets tough after a year of like no maintenance, like right here. It's super easy and open and close. Right now it's tough. They say to use like, I think it's like beeswax oil or something like that. We haven't used it yet, but I'm sure that'll work because that's what they recommend. But that is just a regular maintenance item just to take care of. Yeah, so after a year of using this, I would recommend it. If you're gonna be doing any more camping than I do, I'd probably spend 15 to 30 nights out of the year on this thing, if not a little bit more. If you're gonna be doing any more, like 90, I'd maybe go for an iCamper or Colorado 4x4 rooftop tent. But for a good, friendly, budget, weekend warrior type person, this is a great tent. It's held up great, both in snow, rain. We had a little bit of hail in it too. And then in the summers, you can open it up and there's bug nets and everything. So it's a great budget-friendly option. And I know they're just getting better. They're a small company, and I know they're gonna continue to get better too. So I would definitely recommend it. And if you have any questions about it, drop them down in the comments. I'll answer it below as much as I can. And I've owned it for a while, so I feel like I know most things about it. So if there's anything else I didn't cover, just ask about and I'll answer it. Thanks so much for watching.